I will never forget receiving the call that will hurt my heart forever. My aunt, at the young age of 53, had been put into a medically induced coma after contracting the flu. The virus had overtaken her body and began shutting her organs down. After a long, hard-fought battle of 101 days in the intensive care unit, she passed away. Although my aunt already had underlying health conditions which made it harder for her body to fight the virus, if she would have received her flu vaccine, it would have given her body more resistance. Unfortunately, many families receive calls just as I did, and they have to live through these same nightmares. The flu virus kills thousands of people every year. Many of these cases could have been prevented by getting the annual flu shot. Today I'm going to talk with you about influenza, the flu vaccine, why it is important, and why you should get it. First, let's talk about influenza. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, influenza, also known as the flu, is a highly contagious respiratory illness which infects the nose, throat, and lungs. It can cause mild to severe illness and at times lead to death. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as the CDC, states the flu virus can be spread mainly by droplets made when people cough, sneeze, or talk. These droplets can land in the mouths or nose of people who are nearby. Less often, a person might contract the flu by touching a surface with the flu virus on it, and then touching their own mouth and possibly their nose. As reported by the CDC, the death toll of those infected with influenza ranges from 3,300 to 49,000 per year. Here are some reasons you should get the vaccine. For starters, having the flu is plain awful. Some symptoms include cough, runny nose, stuffy nose, sore throat, muscle fatigue, body aches, and in some cases, nausea and vomiting. I had the flu in 8th grade for a week. I had a fever of 103 and was unable to even get up off the couch. I'll remember that as one of the worst weeks of my childhood. Second, flu-related complications are more dangerous for young children, elderly people aged 65 years and older, and women who are pregnant. While some people with the flu recover within 2 weeks, other people develop complications as a result of having the flu. According to the CDC, young children, adults aged 65 years and older, pregnant women, and people with certain chronic medical conditions are among groups of people who are at high risk for serious flu complications, possibly requiring hospitalization and sometimes resulting in death. The reason these people are at higher risk is because their immune systems are not as strong. As the CDC states, possible serious complications triggered by the flu can include inflammation of the heart, brain, or muscle tissues, or multi-organ failure, for example, respiratory and kidney failure, which is what happened with my aunt. Also, infection in the respiratory tract can lead to sepsis, which is the body's life-threatening response to infection. This can be very dangerous. This also happened with my aunt. Given these facts, it is very important to get your flu shot. Now I'm going to explain how the flu shot works. The flu vaccine causes antibodies to develop in the body 2 weeks after given the vaccine. These antibodies provide protection against infection with the viruses that are in the vaccine. Although it is often said that the flu vaccine causes the flu itself, WebMD simply states that this is a myth. It is important to get the flu vaccine because the more people who receive it, the less that it can flow throughout the community. In fact, the CDC recommends that everyone 6 months of age and older receive their flu vaccine unless there is a medical reason not to. Other benefits to the flu shot include a reduction in hospitalizations among people with diabetes and chronic lung disease. Recent studies by the CDC show the vaccine reduces the risk of flu illness by 50 to 60% among the overall population. Another study published in the summer of 2016 showed that people 50 years and older who received their flu vaccine reduced their risk of getting hospitalized by 57%. For all the reasons listed above, it's vital to one's health to receive their annual flu shot, not only to protect yourself, but to protect your family, loved ones, and other people throughout the community. By simply going to your doctor or even your local pharmacy, you can receive your flu shot and avoid all health problems and health risks that it could lead to. I know my family wishes that we could go back in time and make sure that my aunt had received her flu vaccine so that she would still be here with us today. It was at that point that I realized how truly important it is to get your flu vaccine. So now every year I will get mine, I will get my children's, and I hope you will get yours too.